dark days. I don't know which way to go, following all the stargaze, wandering right through the dark days. I don't know which way to go. I dream every day to glow. I dream. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. I'm dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. All my dreams have crazy powers. Spend my weeks working 80 hours. Free time spent wondering. My God, again, pondering, blundering. Once I get trapped by capitalism. Mostly in eyes, watch rappers low prayers. And from the highest peaks, I scream the words. Ain't nothing worse than a dream deferred. We buy these corporate emotion schemes. We line their pockets with broken dreams. Not everything that I scrawl is poetic. And truthfully, I'm apologetic. Let you walk down catastrophically, toxically, philosophically. I didn't know the severity. Under the moonlight, there's clarity. Getting older, barely scraping by. Feeling so low, but I'm aiming high. Wondering, don't know what route to run. The moon can't shine without the sun. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting. Dreaming all day through riding, spinning all night moonlighting.
Hey,
There we go.
Phantom. How's it going?
Zero. I'm
Yeah,
doing
we're
good. How you
back.
been?
Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, I have like questions for you, or just like topics. I wanted to ask you what I know you're into, you know, IDM. So I want to know what is the most intelligent dance music? You know,
Like the origins?
what's the like? Is IDM measured in BPM or is it measured in IQ?
Well, usually it's measured. It pretty much started with like, and I just skimmed over. I didn't do like the hardcore research of it and shit. It was basically
The
because
lore.
kind of because there's this video of Aphex Twin performing live on MTV in like 93, 94 or some shit. And he's using
Oh,
like
that's a
one of
long
those
time ago.
fat. Yeah, he's been doing it for a long ass time. He's one of the pioneers. But it's like the computer that he had back then was fucking ridiculous. It looks so silly, like seeing it like in the 2000s and shit. You're like, wow, I can't believe you can't. I mean, I can't believe you can make music like that back then.
Oh yeah, compared.
Yeah, to now, it's like you do that shit on your phone, but like he was using like the big ass monitor and it had like the computer below it and he has some knobs and shit. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, right? Like even now, phones are better at some stuff than computers are, like the
Yeah,
average computer.
cameras, fucking
Yeah.
fuck knows, like multitasking and shit.
Yeah, my phone camera is better than this computer camera for sure. This computer camera is not the best. It's not the worst either. It's like it's okay.
It gets the job done,
It
pretty
gets the
much.
job done. It's clear enough, you know. I have better
But
cameras to plug into it, but I don't do that, which is kind of dumb, but you know.
you'll get to that. You'll get to that. You'll
I'll
make it
get to
there.
it. I
But
had like a
to answer your
fisheye
question,
lens.
you have a fucking fisheye lens?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I used that for a couple episodes. I don't know why I stopped using that. It was kind of
Damn,
cool.
that sounds tight. What the hell?
It was like the whole thing was just a skate video.
Basically, you're just
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
doing tricks while in your house and shit.
But my bad, what were you saying?
To answer your question, I guess technically it's not really beats per minute because like even if it's faster, it's not really. It's just kind of sporadic in a way. Like
Yeah.
it started out with like a bunch of like glitchy noises and shit and like sine and saw waves and shit, and to me now I feel like it became like not mainstream but like you know how everyone makes their own version of it,
Yeah.
so it can be labeled as like minimalist techno or whatever, but to me I kind of blanket term it as intelligent dance music because it's like a unique form of electronic music.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just like its own subgenre, huh?
Basically it's like the baseline for like multiple other subgenres to me, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are inspired by people who started making IDM and stuff, and when they became like when the genre started growing and stuff, you can tell their inspirations were from it just by just hearing them make music or like just seeing them
Yeah.
make music and stuff. So it's like I don't see why it's technically not, even though it can be like subcategorized to something else, but you can just hear the inspiration in it. So fuck it, I just blanket term it
It spreads, yeah.
pretty much. So I don't think it
Yeah.
has anything to do with IQ. I don't know why anyone put intelligent in there.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. It's like they're just competing. Like, no, my shit's smarter than yours.
I fucking I love people's reactions when I tell them they're like, "So what kind of music do you like?" I'm like, "Oh, right now I really like intelligent dance music," and they're just some people are like profound by it. They're like, "Wow, I didn't even
Wow.
know that existed. It sounds pretty crazy." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Not really." Like,
A lot of
other
dance
genre
music is
music.
stupid. But
You listen to EDM? Ugh, it's all about intelligent.
that's funny.
We have
Yeah, it's
raves in
like
libraries.
it's all constructed with like calculus formulas.
Some of it kind of is like. Remember, I'm not trying to bring it up again, but the Kalandi sequence, that's pretty fucking gnarly from
Yeah.
Alexi Perella.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, we talked about that, huh? We got to talk about the
Uh-huh.
IDM. That's what's necessary. I'm still gonna like I'm still gonna rap over that at
It's gonna
some
be
point.
fucking sick, dude. Like,
It would be
I
fun.
haven't heard rap. I've heard people singing, and it's not like a traditional like song or anything, you know, because every genre is unique in their own way. But I've heard people singing on it, people you never would have thought singing on it before. Like you hear like a bunch of samples from like famous songs or like movies or like not even famous songs and stuff. It's really fucking cool. It's like a melting pot.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. It rose again. So
I guess I don't know.
yeah, it comes back.
I feel like it's much more popular like in Europe and shit.
Yeah, dance music in general, I think is in Europe. I feel like
Mhm.
what was interesting is being in Europe and how much I was in like Germany and like they mostly play music in English and I just thought that was interesting. I was like, I don't know. I just
Yeah,
like I didn't hear like any German like language music there.
it's
It was
really strange
interesting.
to me because like it's like that, but that's like around the world too, except for like certain like just certain places like where their music's like super popular, so they listen just to their. They don't only listen to their music; they listen to both. But like theirs is
Yeah,
more popular. But it's really
yeah,
fucking weird because like no matter where you can go in the world, you just can't escape English sometimes, I guess.
yeah. It was a trip. I guess I just thought I was gonna like I took like some Ubers and they were all playing English music. I went to like some bars and they were playing all English music. Like
But speaking
that,
German,
yeah, it was interesting. It was very it
well,
was interesting.
that just shows you like in most of the world that English is their second language, just because they hear
Yeah.
the music all the time, they see it on TV all the time, and that's fucking beneficial as fuck to them. But it does not help us out at all.
Well, yeah. Well, just the culture in America is so influential. Like
Yeah,
it's interesting to see in action.
yeah.
Sorry,
I'm still
this
yet
dog is
to.
like scratching himself. Stop that!
Yeah, I heard it. I was like, damn, what are you doing?
Like,
I'm yet to
yeah,
leave
it's like
America.
I'm just beating off over here. Like, yeah, it's interesting. Oh, the culture.
Brother, turn off your camera if you're gonna do that, homie.
That's why I had to clarify. It's this dog. It's him doing dog shit over here. This is what he's doing.
Biting his ass, huh? Yeah,
Yeah, biting his ass, the usual.
that's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like.
He was actually scratching himself. Like that's what that sound was. He was scratching himself.
Hey, but he's chilling, so it's all good.
One of
We'll
the
let it
fun.
slide.
That shit is like he's just like, god
So
damn.
next question.
He's giving himself that Gok Gok 9000 on his tail right now. He's like,
Just looking up, like not even stopping. So what?
man, he's going to town.
He's
See, I
chill.
knew
He's
like
chill.
he wanted to come in here, and I was like, "Is this a good idea?" I thought he'd be chill, but he wants to bite his tail.
Came in
Apparently,
there just to bite his ass.
that
Can I
reminded
come in
me of
here and
like
bite my ass?
I was watching this. American Gladiator. Do you remember that show?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where they're like fighting with like those foam sticks and shit.
Yeah. So I watched this documentary about it, and this guy he said this expression on there that's just burned into my memory now. He was talking about
Oh
them, and he was
God.
like, "We were dog ass tough," and like I never heard that expression before. Like we were tough as a dog's ass. Like it was just like who even comes up with that? Like what does that
Why
even
would
really
you, out of all
mean?
the places to choose to say that too, it's like on TV. It's like, what the fuck?
We were dog ass tough.
Kind
Yeah.
of, which city has that slang? That sounds like a tough ass city. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think that slang's gonna catch on.
Well, to be honest, I've heard
It is
Ghostface
funny though.
say, I think he said bird chest, not bird ass. Never mind.
Bird ass.
He's like bird
Yeah,
chest or
we're talking.
something. Wayne Williams.
Mm,
Waynans. Some shit.
we talk. Yeah, yeah, that sounds familiar actually. All right, dog, you done? I think he's just licking himself now. He's chill.
So the damage is done. Time to recover.
Yeah, he's just like. No, he's a good
So
boy.
you've been hitting the gym like all the time now? Or like have you always done it?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while, like all last year, and then the year before too, really. But yeah, for sure. Like I haven't like actually I didn't miss a day. The only day I've missed working out all year was like in February last year, and that's because I went to Vegas and they didn't have my gym there.
Oh
So,
shit.
but I still walked 9 miles in Vegas.
Well,
So
yeah, that
like
makes sense.
that's still actually like some exercise. Actually, a pretty good amount of exercise. 9 miles is like,
Yeah, it's not fucking every day like walking
right.
distance. Like
Yeah, that's not nothing.
That's what's up, though.
Because I was with like I was with my mom and my daughter, and like she has one of those step things, and that's what it counted. It was like more than 9 miles. I was like, damn, it's a
Damn.
lot. Yeah.
Go to Vegas
So
to get a
even that,
workout.
yeah, I try to work out. I do a lot of like uh, I usually do like ab workouts and like boxing. I try to do other stuff, but that's like the ab workouts are not really fun to me, but it's like it's good to do. But then the
Hmm.
boxing is fun and it's actually a good workout.
That sounds pretty
So
dope, to be honest. Good routine.
yeah, yeah, that part's fun, and you get stronger, and it kind of works out everything. So it's kind of good. Like it's cardio for sure, but then obviously it's like your arms and your legs a lot. It's like pretty much working out everything.
Hell yeah.
It's
That's what's
kind of like
up.
doing
That's
rock.
like a full year of fucking doing that. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, like two really, but for sure, like the last year was like a lot.
Hell yeah.
So
Get it
yeah,
in.
trying to
I think
get it
that's what
in
they say.
more. But
Yeah.
it's crazy. You just gotta it. But a lot of that doesn't even matter if you don't eat well. So it's like
Yeah.
that's like a lot of it. It's just
Eat
eating.
well,
Like
sleep
it's
well,
crazy.
and work out well.
For sure. Sleeping, yeah. I don't sleep. I think that's probably the main one of the main problems is like not sleeping enough, most likely.
Yeah, I
But
average like maybe 5 hours, and I'm completely
yeah,
fine after that. Like I'm just like, okay, I'm cool.
me too a lot of times, so I feel like I should definitely get more.
The only time I get like a decent amount is when I drink, because when I drink, my
That
body's
makes
just like
sense.
I go to a point, and then like I just knock out. My body's just done. Everything's
You just
just done,
pass
and I
out.
basically not like I don't drink like that anymore to the point where I pass out, but I just get tired now. I'll be drinking and
Yeah.
like, let me just sit down.
I know. I definitely I passed out. I actually like fell asleep on this dog like a week ago or like 2 weeks ago. Like I was like using him as a pillow and I just fell asleep on him. Yeah, it was pretty funny. We
And
were
you didn't.
dog tired.
Yeah, you guys were dogging up.
We
Dog
were
pound.
dog tired. For real. All right, all right. He just like
Talk about me, dog.
you can see his snout right there. He's just
Yeah.
like
Come on, dog. Come on, bro. You don't tell him
he's just
about that.
looking he's looking up at me.
Oh,
His name's Leroy.
Leroy.
You Leroy.
Leroy.
Have you seen The Last Dragon?
I have seen bits of it, I think, but
With
not the whole
Shonuff
movie.
and Shonuff and Bruce Leroy. That's why
Actually,
sometimes I say his name like that. I say his name like Shonuff. He's like, you, Leroy.
I want to say I saw it like a long ass time ago. I just can't remember.
Where he has the glow.
Damn.
That's like his special, the glow. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen
it's
it.
worth watching.
Hell yeah, it
But
sounds like it, especially if it's old school, because that's when things were actually creative.
yeah, it's like one of those like cult classics,
Yeah, I'm gonna look it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's worth watching. I mean, it's pretty funny and just like the action.
Probably the
The
sick ass
old
soundtrack.
I think it did. Yeah. I think it did have a dope
I
soundtrack. I think it
feel
had
like
Vanity too. Like Vanity, like Prince's Vanity. I think she's in that movie too.
what the fuck? That's
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like an 80s movie.
Definitely gotta watch it.
Kiss
Well,
my Converse.
god
That's
damn.
what Shonuff says. I think they should remake it. Like, I don't usually like remakes, but I think it'd be kind of cool if they remade that movie now. Like, it would be interesting to see.
In like a modern day, or like just like a full
Yeah.
remake.
Or actually, I'd be down for like a full remake. Would be pretty cool. It'd
That's the
probably
only
be
thing.
better.
That's the only thing I don't like is like when they remake shit, but it's in modern day. I'm like, The fuck?
Yeah,
How?
yeah. That wouldn't work because like martial arts was more popular for sure in like the 90s, you know? I would
Hell
say.
yeah. Nobody gives a
Like
fuck
it
about
was like
martial arts. Now it's about mixed martial arts.
yeah, it was like trendy in the 90s, you know? 'Cause I did martial arts in the 90s like but I
Yeah, when I
remember that.
was maybe 5, I did karate for a bit.
Yeah, I did karate too.
Not, yeah.
Did you do Red Dragon?
No, it was actually at my school. Like the teachers, there was like a teacher
Oh,
couple, and
okay.
they taught it after, like for after school class or something, and that was pretty tight.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I didn't know you fools. Now I know not to fuck with you guys because you'll fuck us up in the class.
Yeah, I did Red Dragon karate in Upland. It's
uh,
still around. It's actually like
yeah,
still there. The same
isn't it
location. You probably
by Liquorama or whatever that place is
yeah,
called?
it's like right next to there. Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, I see people standing outside watching the kids and shit, and I'm going to buy. I feel so bad. I'm buying all this alcohol, and I'm just seeing them like walking by. I'm like, what am I
It
doing
is
with
a
my
weird
life?
spot, right? For like
Yeah, it's just like, makes me
maybe
second
that's
guess.
why
I'm like,
the rent's probably low right there because it's like right by
I,
Ligorama.
yeah, I think
That's
so. I
funny.
don't know. That shit's
It's
hilarious
been
though.
there forever though. It's crazy. Like
Sounds like it.
for it to last that long. But yeah, like it's like I guess I would say like 70s, 80s, 90s martial arts was like super popular and then it started to kind of like I guess I guess it probably goes hand in hand with mixed martial arts getting popular cuz then people wanted to do jujitsu and all that and like yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
like more like
Krav
an intro.
Maga.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
but that was fun and what was kind of funny is like you would have like rival like martial arts
sparring.
schools, you know.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like that was like the taekwondo schools were like our rivals.
Oh
And then I
shit.
found out that my friend's brother was like in the taekwondo school and like he still has a grudge against like Red Dragon. It's pretty funny.
That's fucking tight.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
notice each
remember
other in the
that.
streets randomly, like I know that style.
I know that style. I've seen those kicks before. That's
It's
Jeet Kune
traditional.
Do. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
tradition.
was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to actually have that, you know. Like I remember some actually recently when I was in Texas that like I was asking some of the Texans like cuz I was going to the gym and I was asking them the first one I went to didn't have a heavy bag so I was asking them if they knew any that did. And they're like, "Oh, you're a boxer?" And then I said, "Yeah." And then they said, "Did you ever do any other martial arts?" I said, "Karate." And then the guy said like yeah, the thing about karate is it's only good if the other guy's doing karate, and it's like that's not necessarily true.
I've heard a comedian say that like last year, I think.
Yeah, like I get what they're getting at, but it's like if you actually know what you're doing, like it's still a devastating martial art.
Yeah, it's very viable.
Yeah, it's like yeah, okay, yeah, if I was in the UFC and I only knew karate, yeah, but like you're not a like
There's
you're not
people
like
that are
a
in the UFC that are karate masters.
yeah, for sure. But I guess it was like if that was all I knew and I was in the UFC, maybe that wouldn't work. But even then,
it's
you'd still
it's
win some
called
fights.
yeah, but like it's I mean, come on, it's UFC. They just want to see entertainment. They want to see somebody get their
Yeah.
ass whipped. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I was like, unless you're like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, like it still is very much effective.
Yeah, unless you're a
You
trained
know,
professional.
and even then, like I know Brazilian jiu-jitsu has like the reputation of being like that's like the probably one of the top ones, right? But if you if you're a striker and you catch one of those guys, like it's still like night night for them. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
Like,
Even
yeah, if
some
it goes
wrestlers,
long, if they
like
get a hold of your arm or something, yeah, okay. But like,
it,
that's not a guarantee, you know.
like what's his name? Oliveira. He lost to that the champion now. I forget his name. Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, but
He lost to him, but
Nurmagomedov
he's
retired. Yeah.
not Khabib. I'm talking about the other guy, like his training partner, like some shit. He's the champion right now.
Oh,
He beat Volk.
Islam.
Yeah,
The one guy's
Makachev.
name's Islam, right? Islam.
Is
Yeah.
I think it's Islam Makhachev or Makachev.
Yeah.
He beat Oliveira, who's like a black belt in like jujitsu. He beat him with wrestling. So it's like it's give and take. It just really depends on the person's skill and like their fight IQ, basically.
Yeah, for real. And like, if somebody has good enough takedown defense, like if a striker has good enough takedown defense, they can still win. You know,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
I say that any fucking martial art, the only way that it is a complete lopsided thing is if you just don't know how to fight at all. Basically,
Yeah.
like
Pretty
that's
much. Yeah.
the only chance you'll always lose.
Yeah, because it's so random. Like, I remember when Ray Mercer knocked out like Tim Sylvia, you know, like he didn't know any martial arts. He was just a boxer, and he just like knocked him out in a couple of seconds. Like, that type of stuff happens, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, boxing is still really effective if like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. So I mean, like, because the level of hands that a boxer has is crazy. Like, because that's all they're doing, but it's like it's crazy. Like, when they're really high level like that,
Hmm.
what they can actually do. You know?
I think I saw something about Nagano. Not like I guess he's gonna fight somebody soon in boxing again.
Yeah, he's fighting Anthony Joshua. Yeah, in like March.
He straight up threatened him like yesterday or something. He said, "If we meet in the white room, you're gonna go to sleep." I was just like, "Oh shit, that doesn't sound like Francis Ngannou. I never heard him get all crazy like that before."
Yeah, he's done with these boxers.
I don't know what the other guy said, but I was like, "Damn, that's not something to take lightly from that guy."
Yeah.
I would not want to hear that.
That's actually that fight is interesting. Did you see Ngannou's first like boxing match with Fury?
I didn't see it. I read about the results and I saw like some of the highlights,
Yeah,
but I heard it was super close.
yeah. I actually watched it, and it was pretty like I felt like Tyson Fury didn't take him seriously. Like, I felt like that was part of what it was, but like, man, Ngannou, he did really well, and it'll be interesting to see because like I think Anthony Joshua will take him seriously, especially after that. So
Yeah, that fucking the most
after he dropped Fury and all that.
dropped him, and then now he's getting threatened. Like not even in the boxing ring. He's like
Yeah,
at the venue, bro. It's on site. It's like damn.
yeah.
That's kind of
He
scary.
said that to Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
read it
man,
today. I was just like, what?
he's ready.
Shit. Okay.
No, it's gonna be interesting because Anthony Joshua is like he is a good boxer and he has power, but he seems like sometimes he seems like he's not fully in it mentally or something. I don't know. It's like weird. So
He's
I'm
just
like,
out of the zone. He's there, just
yeah,
like
it's gonna be interesting
zoning out during a
because
boxing match.
like on paper he should be able to outbox Ngannou, but it's like I don't know honestly. Like, he could get caught. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And like Fury has like a good chin and he recovers. So, but if like Anthony Joshua got caught like that, I don't know. I don't think he'd be able to recover. So it'll be interesting.
It's gonna be lights out, like you said.
Yeah. But he does. But at the same time, he definitely has more power than Fury. So it's like he could also knock Ngannou out. Like, it's definitely possible.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, it's actually interesting. Some people are talking trash about it, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, everybody talked trash about the Fury and Ngannou fight. I thought it was cool because I knew both guys were going to get paid,
Yeah.
and I know these UFC guys get paid like peanuts. Like, they don't get
Hmm.
paid anything.
Not even close to boxing.
Oh, that guy. So Anthony Joshua, the one Ngannou was fighting. This is a fun fact that I mentioned before. He literally made more last year than the entire UFC roster combined. No joke. Like all those hundreds of fighters, he made like 100, I think almost $120 million,
God
and the whole
damn.
UFC roster made like 84 million, like combined.
That's boxing,
That's
but
crazy.
boxing's been popular forever.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it's always been like that.
It has been popular
I'm
forever,
pretty sure it's
and
like one of the most paid fucking sports ever. Like,
it is that. And then I think it's also the fact that like these guys, some of these guys are like big enough stars where they're basically just signing these contracts. Where it's like, all right, I'll do 6 fights over here. Then I'll do, after that's up, then I'll do 3 fights over here. So they're just like,
mhm.
instead of UFC where it's like, okay, you're gonna sign our contract and then you're gonna get like this amount every time.
Yeah. And for the
So
UFC, it's like that's the top for mixed martial arts for
yeah,
now, I guess. But like it's been like that for a while.
yeah, and it's like a monopoly over there. It's like it's cool in a way because I think you get to see a little more of the best fight the best. Although a lot of times you still don't get to see that. Like
True.
like
Hmm.
we never got to see Ngannou fight John Jones. We never got to see that. Like that's like probably one of the biggest fights in MMA.
Yeah, that would be
It'd be a
100%.
massive fight, and it could go either way, really.
Yeah.
But we might never see that.
Yep. Due to greed and, money and shit.
Yeah, and they'll make it like Ngannou was the bad guy, but I'm like he should get paid. Like the amount of money that the UFC makes, like those guys should get paid.
Way fucking more.
Because
They're
there's not a
like,
UFC without the fighters.
without the fighters, there's nothing. And then on top of that, like after they're done fighting to what seems like the death, they're all fucked up and injured. It's
Yeah,
like they don't really get
yeah,
much out of it. Like they're fucked up and injured, and then they barely get paid. It's like that's pretty fucked up.
right. Yeah, like so I always like when they actually get paid. Like McGregor made a bunch of money off of that Mayweather fight and stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
yeah, McGregor usually got his money though. Like he was getting like way more than the other guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. They also do like favorites and shit too for some reason. I don't know. They fast track people that they think is going to be phenomenal and all this shit. It's just like just let everybody fight each other. It's like
Yeah, they did that with what's his name? Sean O'Malley. He definitely got like fast tracked.
yeah,
But he did win though. So it's
yeah. I
like
mean, he is like he
he is
did beat
actually
everybody.
good.
So
Yeah, but at the same time, he definitely got fast tracked because he's like another McGregor. It's like another star like that.
yeah, basically like they like people that are entertaining as well. And McGregor
Yeah,
and O'Malley's entertaining because I guess his style or some shit or like just the fact he's a striker.
gets the
And,
knockouts. Yeah,
yeah,
McGregor got the knockouts too, and McGregor was great at like trash talk, which is like one of the main things that sells fights.
yeah,
Since like I don't know if Muhammad Ali was the first, but he definitely is like one of the biggest at that.
yeah.
Just selling fights by talking trash.
People copy him. People
Yeah.
copy Ali still. Like,
Oh, it's part of it is wrestling too. I think Ali got some of that from wrestling because wrestlers would do that.
oh
Those
really?
like yeah, those pro wrestlers they how they do that. They
Oh
like talk
yeah.
trash about each other.
I was actually looking at some from like some old ones from YouTube from like from like Steve Austin and like fucking Booker T and shit, and like they had like whole ass skits about like talking shit and everything.
Yeah,
That shit was so funny. Like that was
yeah.
very
Like there's
entertaining.
one. Yeah, did you ever see that one of Stone Cold and Booker T like fighting in that grocery store?
Yeah, they fought in a grocery store. They fought in a church.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't a church. It was like an old people's home playing. Like Booker T was just there playing bingo, and then Steve Austin just showed up.
yeah.
It's
It's
fucking
just like it
hilarious.
was all elaborate.
Yeah, those were that was like the golden age of trash talk to me because I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like that ever happen again.
Yeah, that's how they sold it. That's like, and all that stuff is like written. Well, no, some of those guys are improving though. Honestly,
They
a
have
lot
to
of
be.
it's improv too.
They have to be like improving, or it has to be like their idea as well, or something. Because
Yeah,
some of the scenarios are just like, what the fuck? Like you never would have thought they'd be
right.
fighting in a fucking grocery store. Steve
Yeah, that
Austin got ran
episode.
over by a limo.
Yeah, and then Vince McMahon's limo got blown up. Like this, whole, just like all that stuff. I was super into that when I was a kid too. Like for a couple years, I thought it was like so cool.
Yeah, like up to a certain
Yeah,
age, and then I was just like, it's kind of weird.
yeah. Do you know any? I know people that still watch it though. Like they like buy the pay per views and shit.
Holy shit! I clicked on, you know how Google's like your algorithm and shit or whatever.
Yeah,
I clicked on a boxing story once because I read that like some guy was like a wrestler that was into wrestling right now, but he's going to jail for something. And I just clicked on it just to skim over the story, and I was like, oh, I don't know who that is. And then now every time I go back to it, it shows me something in wrestling. And I'm just like, I don't know why the fuck I
it's
don't
your
watch it now.
algorithm.
Yeah, I clicked on it once, and they're just like, yeah, he's good, he'll be back. No,
They always do that.
I
They
won't be
always
back.
do that stuff, right? It's like they they see something, like if you talk about something, it starts showing up in your feed all the time.
Yeah, or like if you just Google one thing, it's like, oh my thumb hurts, and then it's like, you still have those thumb problems? Do you still do? What about this thing?
Yeah, it's like the next day they're like selling you 5 different thumb braces and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like bro, I just fucking jammed it playing basketball. Calm down.
It's like ads for like thumb amputation surgery and stuff.
Yeah, get a new thumb. Fuck it. It's
Get a new thumb.
like, that shit gets annoying
Yeah,
to me.
that
That's
happens
why I
like
don't like Instagram right now. Well, I didn't. It kind of just went downhill for me. That's why I don't really use it that much. I actually have one now. Still, this is like probably the longest I've had it for a while. But
yeah.
I don't like that often. Like just because you're interested in one thing for one time, you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then it just keeps showing you similar shit. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it keeps showing you like the same ads.
it's not even ads for like. It's like now they just have like other people's shit just pop up on your shit.
Oh yeah.
Like for me, I like seeing like the still frame, like the what is it, the time lapses of people like painting pictures or something, or like creating art or building some shit.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I just like checking it out. But then it just showed me like 10 back to back of like just other people doing like not necessarily the same shit, but it's just like, come on, let me go to the fucking skateboarding I want to see. What the fuck? It's like, I gotta keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, like Barry's stuff. I know they don't like me. They hide my stuff all the time.
Like, god damn, why am I even following these people if I can't even see their shit? I have to like go directly
Yeah.
to their page.
Like some of the stuff I post lately, like nobody sees it. But then recently I ran an ad and it reached like at least 1 million people. And I'm like, what?
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah, that's cool in a way, but it's like, so it's possible for me to reach these people, but you won't allow me to do that without like making an ad.
Yeah, you have to. I don't know these days, man. You gotta go way above and beyond for some reason.
It's just more and more about money all the time. It's like just they just want you to pay to like be seen or heard or anything.
I mean, it is a pretty good platform. So a lot of people on that shit.
That's true. I gotta use YouTube more because I know YouTube is like even bigger.
Hell yeah.
YouTube's crazy.
YouTube and
Yeah,
they're both like pretty much neck and neck.
actually, my daughter does these drawing videos, and she doesn't even get to do them all the time, but she already got like 500 YouTube subscribers. I'm like, dang,
What? That's
she's
crazy.
killing the game with and that's just straight up like from drawing, which is really cool actually.
That's tight.
Yeah,
That's dope. Good
she's
for
good
her.
too. She's a good artist. Like
Is that what she
I
wants to
used to do
do?
that. That I did that when I was her age. That's what I did before music. I was like drawing all the time.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of cool. Like, yeah,
It's
that
a
type of stuff's just genetic. I think like some of that
yeah,
is
it's a
like,
mini you.
yeah, you just end up doing the same stuff. It's pretty cool. I still draw too, and I've been trying to get back into it more.
That's dope. Yeah, don't
Well, like
stop.
I drew that album cover, the most recent one. I drew most of my album covers, but I did, yeah,
The one that I remember
I
the
drew.
most is your chaos one.
Oh yeah, that one from back in the day. I drew that
Yeah,
one.
that one's like forever ingrained in my memory.
That cover, the one of me with like the Reaper over
Yeah,
me.
that shit is tight.
Thanks.
This is chaos, and I'm like, hell yeah.
I didn't know if anyone actually liked that cover, so that's cool.
I fucking like that shit. I was like, that's dope.
Back in the day, yeah.
Back in Nam
That
for
was
us, long ass time ago.
that was that was fun though. That's some of the funnest times I had in music was just like recording in a closet with my friends like that. For real, that was like so fun to just like you didn't have anything to worry about. It was like you're going to high school, but you're gonna make it through that.
Yeah, you're
So you just like stay up all night and make music. Like
just chilling, just shooting the
you
shit.
can't really do that like unless you have like a you're making a bunch of money off music. That's I'm sure that's what I would be doing if I was making a bunch of money off music.
Yeah, you'd prioritize money over the fun, and then you'd have like deadlines and shit, probably.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like if for me, like if I'm, if money wasn't a concern, like I would probably still be doing that with those like late night sessions like that.
Oh hell yeah! I'd be fucking making all kind. I would release everything that I make, like goofy shit, like random
That'd be
shit.
so.
Like, well, I kind of still
That'd be
do, but
fun.
that shit,
Yeah, that would be fun.
it's really fucking fun.
Yeah, good times. That was like the fundamentalist times was some of the funnest times.
Yeah, yeah,
For real, that was like we were just like we just work all night and we'd have like at least a couple songs done like every time,
damn.
it was good times. And then now when I go, like now it's like I have less time, so now I'm just like I'll go into a recording session, I'll record like I'll have like 5 or 6 songs done in like a couple hours because it's like I have to actually pay for this time.
Yeah, you're buying it.
Yeah, so I guess I still get a lot done, but it was fun though. That was like a fun energy. And it was fun to like it was so easy to promote then too. I
Mhm.
didn't realize I thought it was gonna stay like that, but like it didn't.
Yeah, but I mean,
That was like the wild west of the internet.
yeah, that shit. It was a completely different time back then. Like that shit was classic times. Now it's pretty complicated for some reason.
Yeah, it is. Right? What you been up to? You have any plans for 2024? New year, new you?
Not really new. Like,
I
um,
don't know why that expression just makes me laugh.
yeah, when
New
people
year,
say
new
that, I'm just
me.
like, what's new? You could have been doing this shit this whole time.
Yeah, and then they're just doing the same stuff.
Pretty much, they do it for like 2 months and then just go back to doing whatever the fuck.
If they make it that long, it's usually like a week or two, I
Yeah, like
think.
two
It's
weeks,
like,
if that. Like
yeah,
for
I'm
me,
already back to my old ways.
right? Or they say like, "Oh, this year sucks already," and it's like, because you're not doing
It
the
just
same shit.
started.
Yeah, I was like, what? All I want to
It
do this
can't.
year really is just get like a keyboard and learn piano.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would really it'd be super fun. And then on top of that, I could just already do it, use it like just to fuck around, make music, do whatever the fuck I want with it. So I think it'd be a good way to spend some time
Yeah, that's a good idea.
and possibly
I
learn like
feel
another
it.
language.
What language you want to learn?
I kind of want to learn Spanish, but I tried multiple times and it seems so complicated. But I've only tried it
It's
like on Duolingo.
oh yeah. Actually, I'm pretty good in Spanish actually, but I could be better. So that I definitely would like to like refine that more.
Which part? Like I'm like I can hear somebody speaking Spanish and somewhat understand what they're saying for the most part, but I just
Yeah.
can't like fucking talk back in it. You know, it's like I know none of it.
Yeah. I can, but like I could be better. Like I'm definitely better at English and Spanish.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be like a
But
pretty good, like not even like a goal, just like a new hobby to do.
when I go to Mexico, I usually end up meeting some girl there, so then I'll be talking to her and like getting better at Spanish along the way.
Yeah, because they'll teach you. You know, it's like they'll see that
Yeah.
you're trying and be like, "Oh no, you meant this," and it's like, "Oh,
We'll be teaching each other too, because it's like they want to learn English, and it's like, oh yeah,
that's dope." That's probably like one of the probably I wouldn't say easiest, but probably like one of the best ways to like learn it. Because if you just like do an app every once in a while, I feel like there's shit you forget. But if you're constantly speaking it, then it just becomes muscle memory, basically.
yeah, for sure. Like the more you use it, because I did this one project too where we were working with a bunch of like immigrant kids, and so that's when I felt like I was probably the best at it because it's like I was just hearing Spanish all day every day, so it's like
Yeah,
I had to like be aware of what was going on.
exactly. Especially if like just
Yeah.
just in the near vicinity, hearing it all the time, you're gonna pick it up.
But you know, you know what I did, which is like it's probably a little messed up, but I didn't let my bosses know that I knew Spanish as well as I did because I knew that that would mean I would have to do more work. So I just like, but then they caught me like speaking it to like some of the kids, and they're like, "Oh, you know Spanish a lot more than we thought." And they're like, then I was like
Busted.
busted. Yeah, I was like, "Damn, I got away with it."
I
But
mean,
yeah.
it only lasts for so long. It only lasts for so. I do that at like all my jobs, like not with Spanish, but with like technology. I'll see people struggling with something, and like I can easily fix it, but I'm like, I'll just keep typing.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that's the smartest way to do it because then you have to do it all the time. It's like I don't want
Yeah,
to do this.
it'll happen once a week, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it was easier. That's too much responsibility.
You usually just get
Well,
caught, and you're like, ah, fuck it.
because then after that, then I'm like taking them to like doctor's appointments. And I'm like, yo, like I know Spanish, but if I'm messing up any words here, like this could be bad.
Yeah, that could be pretty big of like it could be catastrophic, to say the
Yeah,
least.
like I don't want to give them like the wrong medicine, but nothing bad ever happened. But I was always like, huh, I don't know about this.
Right? It's like confidence level starts to go down a bit. You're like,
Yeah, just with that because I didn't want to like put anyone in harm's way.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, when it's like there are plenty of people that are super fluent here.
You, person that doesn't speak it that doesn't speak it as well as us, you do that. It's just like, ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna handle all the medical stuff.
It's like, I didn't sign
Maybe
up for
they're
that.
trolling me. That's what it was. They were just trolling me.
Man, it's fucking cold. Well, I don't have a cold, but my house is cold, so it makes me all like phlegmy kind of.
Oh yeah, it is. It is colder than usual in California lately.
Yeah, it's been like the lows have actually been like the 40s, which is
Right.
kind of
Actually, I
new.
think it even it gets in the 30s in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like cold. Like I'll be driving around and I turn like my car to like 81 because it's so cold.
You turn it to proper
For real.
California temperature.
It's pretty cold in the morning. Like
Bro, I fucking walk to work. It's not a far walk. It's like 10 minutes. It's basically like across the street. But I leave at I have to be there at 6:30, so I leave at 6:15, and it is brutal sometimes.
yeah, it is right at that time for
Yeah, like the
sure.
sun's not up, so there's no other source of heat, so it's just gonna stay like that. And then on top of that, if it's like windy, you're just getting wombo comboed.
Yeah, a lot of days I wake up at like 4, so I'm out there at like 4, and it's like this is cold.
Yeah.
This is actually cold.
I wake up at 5
Yeah.
just to stay in bed and just to try to warm back up to start getting ready at some point.
Yeah, that's smart.
And also not to
That
be
makes
late, but
sense.
yeah, it's just fucking. I mean, I don't. It's not like I don't like it. I love that shit, but it's just a sudden. It's such a change since we like got out of the drought. You know, it's like you're just not expecting it. And when it happens, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. We definitely got out of the drought the last like year. Like the last year was super rainy.
Yeah.
It was like the rainiest year I can remember.
And then that's when everyone's like, oh, yep, we're for sure out of the drought. Look at our reservoir. It's fucking filled and all this shit. I'm like, I wasn't keeping track of that. Like,
You weren't watching the reservoir, dang.
it's like, how the fuck? How am I supposed to know the difference?
Irresponsible. No.
Send me the check and then I'll do it.
So when I was in Texas recently, and there's like this sign that said thank you for driving safe, drive safe, be smart, and like as somebody that got an English degree, it just made me laugh because it's like ironically dumb because it's supposed to be drive safely and drive smartly, but they're saying like drive safe, be smart, and it's just like
Thank you for driving safe. Drive safe. It's like, is there any, like, what the fuck?
yeah, the be smart thing was funny because it was like you guys like messed up like a pretty basic like
That's,
it's supposed to be an adverb.
yeah, it's the simplest shit is like, it's just immediately destroyed by how stupid one phrase was made.
But then it got me thinking like if do you think Texas brain cells are worth less than other brain cells?
I would say no. Just because I say that there's less worth brain
It's all
cells
the
everywhere. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter which state you'll find it, or it'll find you.
same. It'll find you. No, I like to trash Texas often. It's just fun.
I did read this thing since you're talking about like traffic, like I guess it's not traffic signs. I read it also today after fucking. I just read it when I get off work just to decompress, to read some shit that I don't really give a fuck about. But the U.S. is banning funny speed, like safe driving signs on the freeways, or like drunk driving ones. It's like don't drive drunk, drive, or like driving buzz is driving drunk, or whatever's supposed to be funny.
Oh yeah.
The U.S. is banning all of them.
Why is that?
I didn't read the rest. I was just like, okay. But I was just like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I was like, that's so fucking random. That's in the news. I'm like, okay. I feel like there's
Yeah,
more
the US
important
is
stuff.
banning.
But okay.
Yeah, that's random. And I wonder why. It's kind of odd, right?
It made people laugh and get into accidents.
Yeah, or they like crashed into it because they're trying to read it drunk.
What does that say?
That actually that makes sense. Like, what does that say? Like, you're not helping the drunk people. Just they're gonna drive drunk anyway. They're not gonna be like, oh damn, I guess I should pull over.
You know what? That made me laugh. I'm getting a hotel. Whose idea was it?
I don't think that's
Whose idea was it in the first place? Like, what the fuck?
Because your judgment is impaired by drinking. Like, if you're in the car driving anywhere, it's already too late.
Yeah, the U.S. banned it all.
There,
I guess.
There's these billboards. I've said this, but I don't think it really gets old. So there's these billboards in Texas. I swear, it's for hospitals out there.
Oh,
but you know, Texans are all about Texas.
Yeah.
So it's like all the doctors on the billboard have cowboy hats on, and I'm just like, if I ever walk into a hospital and like all the staff has cowboy hats on, like, I'm getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, I need a different hospital, especially a different doctor. Like, you're bleeding to death, and he walks in with a fucking
let's
cowboy.
take a look at your brain. It's just like, Man, imagine
Oh
waking
my
up from a
god.
coma and it's just like a bunch of doctors in cowboy
So how you feeling?
hats.
Like, oh shit, I'm dead.
How's it feeling today?
Wake up like, damn, I'm in hell. Fuck.
I didn't make it. I thought I was a good person.
Shit.
That's what that's like a joke that my dad makes about like those like Christians that are like super judgmental. It happens in every religion, I guess, but there's Christians. My dad's a Christian, so it's not like he's anti-Christian, but there's some Christians that are like super judgmental to the point where they're like to where it's like, oh, you're gonna go to hell for that. If you don't believe our way, you're going to hell. And it's like they're just like,
Yeah, it's like there's no
those
other
type of
option.
people.
It's like it's either this or
Yeah,
that's it. Your soul's gone. It's like, what the fuck?
and my dad will sometimes say to those people, it's like, well, if you're the people that are in heaven, I don't want to be there anyway. Like, that sounds more like hell.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
like,
That shit is smart to say back. I'm gonna start saying that. It's just
it's kind of funny.
it just makes me like it's like them, those type of Christians, and then the super hardcore ones that just want to fucking put you on game for like no reason. You'll be like at a random store and they're like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" I'm like,
Have you heard the
bro,
word?
I'm fucking halfway drunk right now. You want to talk to me about Christianity? I don't think this is a good time. Kind of in the middle of something here.
I'm in the middle of sinning right now.
Yeah, it's like coming at a bad time. Maybe I'm sober. But like it's just so weird. It's like so uncomfortable sometimes. I want to just say some wild shit sometimes. Be like, no, but I be fucking with Satan all day. So
just to piss them off. Like,
yeah, but I feel like it's gonna like make them try to talk to me more. So I just go, oh yeah, bye, whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna try to like reform you.
They're gonna fucking start spraying me with holy water and shit in the store. I'm gonna get blamed for it.
So where would you live if you could live anywhere? Like if money wasn't like a problem.
Does it have to be on Earth?
No, technically no. You want to colonize Mars for Elon?
Hell no, I just have my own spaceship. Fuck everybody.
Just be out in space. This is a Dodge.
This is a Dodge. Motherfucker, my suit's made out of Laffy Taffy.
This is a Dodge. I actually referenced that on like one of my tracks.
Which one? I want to hear that shit.
It's on the Bible. It's on that song Zup, Astro Jam. Like, what does it say? Oh. Let me think. Okay.
This is a Dodge.
Because it was a pretty wild rhyme scheme, so I'm trying to remember the whole lines.
I'll listen to it. Because I know if I can catch it.
Yeah. You'll catch it for sure.
Oh my god.
It's definitely that track though.
That's so tight. I love how like all these certain people know about it, and it's like still that was back when YouTube was barely even getting popular, and it's fucking amazing.
That's still funny too.
It's like the funniest shit. I don't understand.
Have you seen there's a guy that does those similar videos now, that Ace Vane guy on YouTube?
I have not seen it or heard of him.
You should watch those. Those are funny. I haven't seen a lot of them, but I've just seen like a couple and they're funny.
Ace Vane?
Yeah. It's like it's like ACEVANE, and it's just like it's like it's usually DC. I feel like he does
he has
DC.
It says like Scooby Doo, Legion of Doom, Justice League, Black Manta, Super Friends.
It's like a bunch of stuff like that, but it's pretty funny. The ones I've seen.
Yeah, I'll start watching them. I like to watch this shit, like funny shit, as soon as I get home from work most of the time.
Yeah, I want to watch more of them because I always forget, and then I'm like, oh wait, those are actually funny.
And then like YouTube's gonna start recommending other shit of people doing it, and it's not as funny. It's just like fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be like lamer people. That guy reminds me of them. Well, the guy that played Juggernaut had such a good voice for that.
I know.
Oh, it's the Juggernaut, bitch, and I got a bitch with me.
Why are you always screaming, Juggernaut? This is the only way I can breathe.
Shut the fuck up, Charles.
Oh man, that shit was hilarious.
My suit's so tight.
Bitch, I made your suit.
Bitch, I like your raincoat.
Come here, Jugs, gotcha.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
That was
Yeah,
wild.
the Ace Bane ones are pretty funny though. The ones I've seen.
I'll check
It
him out.
reminds me of that. Yeah.
Check him out.
There's one where they're like where it's like Batman and Wonder Woman they're talking about listening to the new Andre album, the Andre 3000 album. And Batman's just like, yeah, I was slapping that on the way in, like stuff like that. Like they give him that Batman voice.
Yeah, that sounds fucking funny. I see like
It's pretty funny.
These little bunch of clips and shit.
He has a lot, like so many. I don't even know how many. I saw it like on TikTok first, I think, but then I realized that there was like a lot more on YouTube.
Yeah, he has 442 fucking videos.
That's a lot of videos.
That's a shit ton.
That's a lot of content. I always wanted to do that too. I wanted to do like my own mystery science theater type of thing because I do that with movies anyway, like just talking shit about the movie while it's going on.
You should.
That always seemed fun,
Hell yeah.
because you'll find like dumb stuff in these movies and like it's funnier than the actual movie.
For real. Like
you watch a movie with your friends and you're just roasting the movie the whole time,
talking
like,
shit
fun.
about everything.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
Yeah, it'd be funny. I'd be down to do that shit.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do more stuff like that because that stuff is actually fun. So what's like oh yeah, you didn't say where you wanted to live. I forgot.
Fuck, yeah. This shit always happens. Just get completely sidetracked.
I know, we got way sidetracked. Like I don't even know how that led to that.
A place on Earth. Right now, this exact moment, I think it'd be. I don't know though. I haven't done research about it or anything, but I think it'd be pretty cool to like if money was not an option or like a fucking issue. Maybe get like a. I know this might sound cliche or something, but like I've been looking at some YouTube videos of people like they're like, oh, we moved to this Japanese rural countryside fucking thing, and it only costs us $150 a month to fucking do whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool to like maybe just like have a place like that, and then have a studio. You're not around people that much, so like they probably won't complain about noise and shit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I think that'd be a pretty cool setup to have.
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, Japan's one of the top places I want to visit for sure. Actually, it probably is the top place.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably like a lot of people's destination of choice.
A lot of people we know for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like I feel like most of my friends and my brothers, like that's probably like the top choice.
I'm still trying to figure out what would be a good time to go. Because
I know I want to, man.
Especially after COVID.
Planning on going
everything seems sketchy now. Well, to me, because I don't really travel that much.
I actually saw that was like one of the safer places to visit, which makes sense. It seems pretty safe there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, they have like one of the lowest crime rates, I think. Like,
yeah.
Some shit like that.
They don't really have guns there.
Did you hear about that, that one guy that live streams? He does IRL live streams. A black guy from America. Who would have thought? He was out there. He's in jail now, but he was out there just saying racist shit to them, like to Japanese people, like starting fights and shit, just to get like,
oh damn,
just to get views on his live stream,
just to see what would happen,
just to get views of his live stream, like on his live stream. I forget his name, but I'm not even gonna bring up his name because it's It's a piece of shit to do, to just go to somebody else's place for months. He did it for
just
months.
be a dick.
Yeah, be a dick to everybody around you. It's like, that's fucked up.
Now he's in jail.
He's in jail because they have
How did he end up in jail?
They have CCTV fucking everywhere. Like, they have cameras everywhere, so like you can't really get away with shit. That's why the crime is so low and everything. But it was on top of that, they have like they have footage of him doing all of this shit, and then they have people that went to the police and told them and everything. So he's in jail now.
He's just locked up. Damn.
Rightfully so.
That didn't go well for him.
I mean, he was able to do it for a couple months. There's like, he actually got knocked out in one of his streams.
Someone knocked him out?
Yeah. He got socked out. Yeah. You see him fall over, the camera goes to the ground.
Damn, see it? That guy said karate doesn't work. Evidence.
It's funny because I think it was a white guy that did it.
It was Steven Seagal.
Oh, man. Have you seen the old Mad TV?
Disrespect.
Have you seen like the old Mad TVs?
My culture. One of my many cultures.
Have you seen the old Mad TVs where Will Sasso played Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
That's what I imagine every time I see, like, I hear Steven Seagal's name. I imagine he would break his arm the wrong way and like he would like, do like some kind of judo flip and like.
Steven Seagal is like, he is a funny character.
It's funny.
I think it's because he takes himself so seriously.
I can't believe like he had so many movies. Like, that's the weirdest part to me.
He has so many bad movies too that are just like funded by like probably the Russian mob at this point. It's just funny.
Now that I think about it, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who's funding him. He's getting funding. He like lives in Russia and just looks like a caricature of a supervillain now. Like, yeah,
he looks pretty
He
insane.
has like that weird like Vegeta hairline that just doesn't look real.
Doesn't look natural. Like, you're like, what?
It's like something's weird. I don't know what that is.
It's not natural. That's for sure.
He just walks around in a kimono every day. But one of the funniest things is watching his movies, and like he's always like trying to like be some other culture, you know, and it's just funny it's hilarious to watch. Like there's one where he's like I think there's more than one. One of the ones I watched, I can't remember the name, but he's playing like a cop in New Orleans and he keeps going like, Lord have mercy.
I want to say,
Lord have mercy.
I want to say I've seen it because like every time I would see it like on a streaming service, I'd be like, yes, I must watch this because I know it's gonna be so terrible.
I mean, that alone makes it worth it. The fact he keeps saying that, he's just like, Lord have mercy.
I think during that whole movie, he like tries to do the accent, and it just sounds awful.
He's trying to do like a New Orleans Cajun accent, I think.
But he still like sounds the same.
Yeah,
it's really weird. I feel like in every movie he's just not even a character. He's just Steven Seagal in every movie. Like he's just like kind of low key whispering. Hey, so what's going on over here?
Steven Seagal also makes music, and like he's done like multiple genres. And I've heard like there's one where he's doing like reggae and he kept talking about the poom poom and stuff like that. It was just like, it's so cringe, but it's hilarious because of how seriously he takes himself.
If I could get that to be my ringtone, I will.
There's like this video. He plays like guitar, but he's not like a great guitar player or anything, but he's talking about like, yeah, I play with my fingers, you know, I don't play like these other white boys. Like he's like saying stuff like that, saying they gave him like a nickname, like he just hung out with like old like black blues musicians and like they respected him and like gave him a nickname.
That's kind of legendary to be able to like do all that shit and like somehow in every story, he's gained the respect.
Yeah. He's just like he taught Anderson Silva that kick that knocked out Vitor Belfort, like stuff like that. He just like makes up. Yeah, I showed him that kick.
Yeah, I saw him over here, and I went to Sao Paulo, and it's like, what? For what?
When I was a young boy in Sao Paulo, I perfected that kick.
I want Steven Seagal to start making all the new remakes.
Just him, yeah.
All new remake movies have to go through him, or else there's no more new remakes.
Yeah, they keep remaking these Disney movies as live action. I just saw that. I guess they cast Michael B. Jordan as Hercules. Did you hear about that?
I think I read about it somewhere, but I have not
Yeah,
seen it or anything else.
I thought it was made up, and I looked it up, and they really did. That's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's what kids like these days. I have no idea.
Yeah, the one thing that was, I guess the thing that's interesting about that is like Hercules isn't, I guess he's not like a real figure, but he is like a mythical figure that actually comes from like ancient lore.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Greek. So it's kind of interesting to cast Michael B. Jordan, I guess, just as Hercules.
I mean,
but
I don't know. At this point,
I don't know.
At this point, it's kind of just like it's kind of creative, I guess, but like, maybe like I don't know.
Well, if they do that, I think they have to have Denzel play Zeus.
So that would be fucking amazing. I would pay
right?
money for that for sure.
That would actually be pretty. I could see them actually doing that. That might be possible.
That would be legit as fuck. I'd be down. I'd be so down.
They might do it. They might actually do that.
But instead of him like looking like Zeus and stuff, he should just like act like the Equalizer.
The Equalizer.
He has a watch. He's like, "You better go down there." He starts
go down there. Yeah.
I'd fucking pay money for that.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Most of the Disney live action remakes are like they haven't really worked out that well though. Like some of them did, but a lot of them is like I don't feel like people like them that much.
A lot of fucking live action has not been going well. Like, was Sonic considered a live action thing because he was CGI?
Yeah, that was live action Sonic.
And then there's like a One Piece CGI for Netflix. That's a series or something. And then I guess Dragon Ball Z had one a while ago, a couple years ago or something.
They got Yu Yu Hakusho now.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it though.
I'm not gonna watch any of that shit. I'm just not. I've already seen the series. It's for somebody else to watch.
Yeah, I watched Cowboy Bebop and they changed. Like some of it was cool, but some of it they changed like too much of it, and it was just like, why?
Yeah, that's the only reason why I don't want to watch it. It's just because some shit has to have changed.
Yeah, they should have done Cowboy Bebop if they're going to do live action, they should have done it back in the day and had like. I feel like they should have had Keanu Reeves play Spike like back in the day. That would have been cool.
That would have been really dope.
That would have fit,
Yeah, exactly.
Because they got like Harold from Harold and Kumar, and it was like it doesn't really fit. I don't know. Yeah. Like it's hard to see this guy as like a badass like action hero.
Yeah, I can see that.
He did well enough. Like he did what he could, but it was just like I don't know. The guy that they got for Jet was really good though. That guy did a good job.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
He got the voice down. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, that's pretty tight.
But he was like definitely the best part of that show, and his episode was cool because they did like they kind of just like combined episodes. Like they had 10 episodes, and then Bebop has like 20 something, I think. So it worked a little better because it's hard when you're doing like a really long series that has like 300 episodes and then you're condensing it into like 10 episodes.
Yeah. And plus,
but like for Cowboy Bebop,
I feel like Cowboy Bebop is certain things that are super legendary that just shouldn't be half-assed.
Too classic.
Like,
yeah,
just go all out with that shit. Like, try to get as much of it as you can as possible, and that's the best way you probably get the fans that originally watched it back into like be down to watch it instead of like
Yeah.
half-assing it and then like trying to get new people into it, and you will get some new people, but you lose like the fan base basically.
Yeah, I think they didn't balance it right or something.
The first thing I typed in Cowboy Bebop live action. On the side it says things to know, and then below that it says reasons for failure.
Yeah, it looked like they were gonna try to do a second season, which was also weird because it's like the original show's only one season,
Yeah,
so it's like it's sort of weird. Like if you're gonna just create new storylines, like
and I feel like it probably would have fucked up the pacing and like just the way that the original was, like the pacing of it, the story, and like it.
it's too perfect.
Yeah, it's too well written. Like you just can't
Yeah.
pick and choose little parts and shit.
You know what the problem too is, like if they would have like kept it strictly to the original, it would have worked better, but they just changed like weird things that didn't make sense, you know?
Yeah, that's
It's like, oh,
now that's
we're just gonna change
now it's
this
out in the universe for whoever wants to watch it.
for no real reason.
But I guess
Yeah.
it could inspire people to watch the original because all the fans are going to be like, "Yeah, you should watch the original. It's way better."
Yeah. Well, people who didn't watch the original actually liked it, so
Who did? Who didn't?
people who didn't watch the original liked it
Oh, I can imagine. Like it's
because they have nothing to compare it to. So it's like, oh yeah, this is cool.
yeah. So I mean, all
I
to
didn't
them.
think it. I didn't think it was actually terrible. It was just very hit and miss. Like some stuff was cool and some stuff was like, yeah, this is not tight. Like Vicious sucked.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
that's so
The guy
fucked
that got
up.
to play Vicious was like, he just looks so weak, you know?
That's so sad. He's like the the big dude.
Yeah. I know, yeah, you gotta have someone like intimidating, you know?
Yeah. Damn. But I imagine that's going to happen with pretty much, unless they actually choose to do it like balls to the wall and like just go full, like stick to the story and shit, just maybe different scenes or something. But I don't know.
I thought that they should have got Henry Cavill. Is it Cavill or Cavill? The Witcher. They should have got the
Oh,
Witcher to play Vicious.
that would, yeah, actually, that would be like a really good fit.
That would have been pretty tight, I think. But they got like some guy that was like kind of like too frail, I feel like, or something to be Vicious or something, you know?
Yeah,
Vicious is like intimidating, you know?
super fucking intimidating.
Yeah. I feel like that would have fit because Vicious had like kind of like, he seemed like kind of British on the show or something, you know?
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Where,
Not for
yeah.
like one of the, like the only famous anime, American anime, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't terrible, though. It definitely could have been worse. We've seen worse for sure.
Yeah, most
Worse
likely. Would you
adaptations.
recommend it to
One
people?
thing is, one thing is they did nail like the effects and like how the ship looked and like the costumes and all that. All that stuff was good. It was just like some of the other weird stuff that they did.
Would you recommend I watch it just to check it out?
I don't know if you would like it, honestly. You'd probably like some of it. Like, but I don't know if overall you would like it. Mad Puro was cool
Hmm.
when they had the Mad Puro episode. That was cool.
Oh, they
And
actually.
Jet's episode, like when they did like that, you know how his is like the film noir type of thing.
Yeah.
So his episode was cool, like his like solo type of episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
I might watch it.
yeah. You might not like it though. It might be like terrible to you. I don't know, but to me, I was like, there's some stuff to like, but it's like overall, they just changed too much stuff.
I mean, I'm not afraid of like trying it, but if I don't like it, I'll just probably stop watching it. I'm like, I'll probably just wait and
Yeah, I
finish
could kind of see
it.
you. I could kind of see you hating it for some reason, but you never know.
We'll see. We'll see.
It can go. It's hard to recommend to anyone because it could go either way for most people. I feel like
Mm, I might give it a shot. I do miss Cowboy Bebop, so
it might be worth it.
yeah,
Yeah,
just to get a little, even like the little parts that, or whatever parts that are like the original, it'd be refreshing just to watch it again.
yeah, just to see it. Yeah, There's some stuff they got right, so I'm sure some of it will be fun.
I think that they're gonna do a Did they already do one? Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo could actually work because there's not any crazy like effects going on there. You
Exactly.
know, that would actually make more sense because with Bebop, it's like you got to make it look like it's in space and all this stuff, and they did that well. But
Yeah.
definitely more difficult than just like basically having like an accurate time period piece
Right.
with
All you
Champloo.
do is get some samurai
Yeah,
swords and kimonos.
that could actually be cool. Honestly,
But
like
if they get rid of if they don't use nujabes, it's just not gonna happen.
gotta cut it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if they what are they gonna do? Like like if they put like flying lotus or something. I'm not saying I don't like flying lotus, but like
not the same.
that's what makes the show. Like that's how
Yeah,
nujabes got so
that's
popular.
true.
Like you got to keep certain aesthetics to it just to make it.
The soundtrack.
Yeah,
Oh, you probably knew we sampled one of those songs for that ZN album, right? Sunflower is like a new
yeah,
new Jabez
that
sample.
was really
Yeah.
good. I liked it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank
It's a
you.
clean sample.
Yeah, I actually want to one day I'm gonna do it. I want to make like a album, like a I guess not an album, but like a mixtape out of like all new Jabez beats.
That'd be pretty.
That'd be
Yeah, that'd
tight.
be dope as hell.
Call it like East to West or something.
Hell yeah.
That'd be pretty tight. Cause I like I've rapped over his stuff before and it's pretty fun. And it's like it's I don't know, like some stuff you just can vibe to easier. So with that stuff, it was pretty easy to just like write tracks to it.
Mm-hmm. You can
So
just
it'd be
flow.
pretty cool. Yeah, one day I'm gonna do that.
Be a
One
fun
day.
side project.
Yeah, I want to do that with Doom too, and make like I actually have a name for that. I'm gonna get a bunch of Doom beats and make like a mixtape called Monster Zero because the name makes so much sense.
That's so dope.
Yeah, because that's like Ghidorah's like code name, so it
Yeah.
like makes so much sense, you know.
Damn. That'd be fucking
I'm gonna do that.
sick. Hell yeah. I
I,
want both of those.
I will, once I get the time, but it would be cool. I'll just release those for free so I don't get sued. Just like on SoundCloud or something.
Hell yeah.
One of those.
Just make it one
Yeah.
long mix. One
Oh
single.
yeah, that'd be cool. You gotta have a cool cover too for both of them. I was thinking of
Hell
that.
yeah. A collab. But not a collab, but like, both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool though. I've recorded songs on both of their beats. Doom for sure. I think I've recorded like quite a few things, but it'd be cool to actually make like a full project.
Hell yeah.
Like a cool little tribute.
R.I.P. Doom.
R.I.P. So how'd the squid Ika thing start? I don't think I ever asked you that.
um, it was in high school. And I think trying to remember how exactly because it just came so instantly and I was just like, yep, this is me now.
It just fit.
Yeah, I was like, I'm down. I like it. I think we were learning about squids in like class or something. I'm pretty sure it was like a science class, and we were just learning about it. I was like, damn, these cephalopods are fucking sick, and they look cool.
Yeah, they're interesting.
I was just like fascinated. I'm still kind of am like I'm super into them still, but the Ika is just squid in Japanese.
Oh yeah. I knew
So
that part. Yeah.
I just did that just so it wouldn't be. I wanted them both. I wanted squid and Ika, but I was like, I'm not Japanese, so I probably shouldn't do Ika. So I just made it squiddy.
Squiddy.
Yeah. And then the album Ika came from dubious hours of smoking copious amounts of marijuana.
Did it really? I didn't know the backstory.
I would just hang out with people after school, blaze insanely fat, get home,
Interesting.
and then just immediately start working on it.
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that there was marijuana involved in the
I'm
creation of that
talking
album.
like a lot of marijuana.
That's funny. I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, that was pretty much when I
I
first.
learned something
That
new
was when I started smoking. That was like the
from the
year. I think that
actors.
was the year you guys graduated, and
Oh,
then that next year, I had already had some stuff already like in the works, but then my senior year, because you guys were above me, I just had more free time because they kind of didn't care about, they don't really give a shit if you did a lot and shit if you're a senior.
yeah. At that point, because you're like done.
Yeah, they're like, okay, just hurry up and get the fuck out. But I just had all that time and I had so many connects that I would just pretty much do that. Just after school or during school, gives a, like it didn't really matter. And then just go home, and then when I was home, I would just be working on that. But it was weird because like I was fascinated. That's when I started having a fascination with bass. I had gotten my first. I don't know how the fuck. My mom's boyfriend at the time just had like a surround sound system. Like it wasn't plugged up or anything, and I was like, "What's up with that?" And he's like, "Oh, if you want it, you can have it." I don't know. I just kind of have it. I was like, "All right."
That's nice.
So I figured out how to get it to work and everything. So I would make my beats, but I wouldn't. I'd make each song and stuff, but then I would play it on the surround sound system because it has like a fucking big ass subwoofer just to see how it sounds, and I was kind of using that to tune it to the sound system. If that makes any
Oh yeah,
sense.
that's cool. No, that's a good way to do it. Like, yeah, mixing on like the best system you can.
Yeah, that's what I had at the time, so I was just like, fuck it. This sounds amazing as
It's also
fuck.
good. Yeah, it's good to mix it on the worst system you can too, to make sure it sounds good.
I mean, that's what I pretty much did. The worst system I had was my fucking computer, and then so I had like pretty much two copies of it, like the original copy, which is on the computer, and then because I the surround sound system back then didn't have like a USB or I can just plug it up to my fucking computer. I had to burn it to a CD and then play the CD on the surround sound.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Those days of like you had to, yeah, for sure that was like the way you had to do it.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking complicated, but for some reason I became the connect to burn everybody CDs because I was like the one that was downloading an insane amount of music from like torrents and lime wires and shit.
You always had a bunch of music.
I had an insane amount. Like every time I'd hear an artist or something I liked, I'm like, oh, let me see if I can get their whole discography, and then I would just download it. Like people would just file share it. I was like, yoink, all their fucking music.
Just get the whole disco.
Because I was trying to compete with, remember Steve Kim?
Yeah.
He was the legendary number one to have the most music. So I was trying to beat him. I want to say I
Did you
did. I
beat
want to
him?
say I did, but I fried my computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what LimeWire did. LimeWire like fried so many computers.
I don't even think it was LimeWire. I think it's just like, I think it's a combination of all the shit I was doing on it. Like, I was making music, I was fucking playing games, I was fucking downloading all this music,
Bonzi buddy.
doing a bunch of shit. But that computer wasn't even like, it wasn't even high tier or anything. It was like a Mac or anything. It was like a fucking compact or some shit.
A compact with the it was like with the cow print on it. Do you remember those computers?
Yeah, I think those were Dells or Gateways or something.
Yeah, the ones they had in like the
Yeah,
classrooms.
this looks so fucking stupid. It's like, what the fuck?
They're
Oh
like
shit. That was my ringtone. I'm sorry.
nice.
Didn't realize it was on full blast.
It sounded exciting.
It's from the game Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne, yeah, my brothers play that.
I
It's like
love Bloodborne's soundtrack. It's so fucking good.
It's like another. It's not a sequel to Demon Souls and Dark Souls, but it's like in the same
It's a
line.
Souls like,
Yeah,
basically.
it's the same company.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all the family. But Bloodborne is like the
yeah.
only one that only came out for PlayStation and that didn't come out for anything else that everyone begs for.
Well, Demon Souls too. Actually, Demon Souls was only PlayStation, but yeah,
Didn't
the Dark Souls
I
ones
thought
were on other stuff.
Demon Souls? They have Demon Souls. They remade it or remastered it or some shit, and
They did remake it.
that
Yeah,
was not on PC either.
I don't know. I guess it could be on PC, but I don't think it's on like Xbox.
I don't think most of the stuff that are primarily like because
I think Dark Souls was though.
yeah, Dark Souls was for sure, but like certain things from developers like that develop, I forget what they're called. It's something simple, but the ones that develop like Bloodborne and Dark Souls and stuff, they're primarily like PlayStation exclusives because
Yeah.
that's just how it is. Like that's why Xbox declined.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm looking up Demon Souls right now, and actually, it's published by Sony, so that makes sense. So it's only on
Yeah,
PS5.
the remastered.
But even the original, I think, was only on PS3.
Yeah,
The original
I
Demon
remember the
Souls.
original, dude. I remember that game is so fucking difficult, especially if you had no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah,
That game
it's
is
super
so
difficult.
hard.
And then didn't they? One of those they made like a Prepare to Die edition. I forget which one it was.
Let me see. Prepare,
I know there's a
prepare to
Prepare.
die. Dark Souls,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like they know it's hard. Like they're doing it on purpose.
and that's why people
Prepare.
love the
You do
game.
die a lot in those games.
Hell yeah! But it's trippy because I watch like a bunch of speedrunners and shit. I see people beat the game in like 30 minutes,
That's
or
crazy.
like they'll do all bosses in like Elden Ring, and it takes like 3 hours or like 4 hours or some shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then there's some people that do like no hit runs where like they just don't get hit once the whole time.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I feel like this genre of game inspired people to start doing shit like that. Just because of how fucking
Yeah, for
difficult it
real.
was. And they're like, how can we make this
People just
harder?
wanted to
Yeah,
flex.
how can we make this more difficult? Let me not.
How can I make this more of a flex? Let me not get hit.
Let me use a dance pad.
Yeah. Just playing it with DDR
There's a
pads
girl. There's a woman on Twitch that does that. She does full playthroughs.
with Demon Souls.
She's done Elden Ring. She's done Dark Souls. I think she's done Demon Soul. I think she's done all of this shit. Like she literally programs the dance pad to be like the
Damn, that makes it like even more of a JRPG.
using the dance
Put
pad,
like you put the DDR on
making
there.
it become. That's true. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah,
It's the ultimate.
it'd be even funnier if, like, instead of the actual game music, it's just DDR music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a funny mashup.
That'd be
Just DDR
pretty.
music.
I mean, I feel like it would work, but
It actually would. Like I'd be down to play. Like now, I kind of want to play Demon Souls with like that dance soundtrack.
be a good at.
It's like being some monster's ass. Like
Be a good workout, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah. Those games are hard though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a PS5 again. I'm not again, but getting one. But
It might be worth it now. Like it wasn't worth it for a while because there was just nothing on there. It took like a while for there to be games.
yeah,
But now I think there's enough stuff. I played like the Spider-Man games are fun. Actually, I beat Ratchet and Clank. That was cool.
oh damn,
That was really cool.
nice.
My brother has a PS5, so I play it sometimes. But yeah, like Ratchet and Clank actually felt like next gen, you know?
Yeah, like
Like, cause some of that stuff for the first like year or so with most of those consoles, it's like it still just feels like the previous generation, but it just looks like slightly better.
Yeah, that's basically what they do. Like in the beginning, they're like, "Oh, we'll give you a limited amount of games, but most of them are just going to be from the PlayStation 4." And then we updated the graphics, and it's like paid fucking so much money just for that.
Yeah, it's like this. It's $500 to play like just higher resolution.
Yeah, it's like, damn, I don't know about that. And then on top of that, most of the games that you want to play that are old, they just don't bring over. It's like, nah, you can't play that.
Yeah, it's like no, you can only play this select amount of games. Yeah,
I'm thinking about
yeah.
it. I don't know.
Now it might actually be worth it now. I think there's probably enough stuff at this point. But it's crazy because it's been out for a while. It just takes so much longer for them to make games now.
Yep. But I really like the
Like
controller.
PS2 days,
The
it's
controller is
easy.
so fucking
Yeah,
cool.
it is. Some people hate on it, and I'm just like, why? It's like the ultimate controller.
Yeah, like the triggers, like if you're pulling a gun, like if you're playing a shooting game, it's like actual like reflexes, like a like pulling the trigger to a gun. And
Yeah,
then if you're like I forget what the fuck the comparison was, but oh no, if you're like playing Gran
the
Turismo, it's like
haptics.
yeah, it's like the same as like fucking putting your foot in the pedal of like the car.
Yeah,
That's what I want. I want
yeah.
that.
It's the rumble is like really advanced on there.
I can't even see how people can compare that shit to like I every time like anything PlayStation comes into play, people are like, "Oh, I don't like it because the controller," and they are Xbox players, and I'm like, the controller for PS, they're just way better. The fuck, Xbox has had the same controller for the longest time.
I like them better. The only thing is like well, the new one is better for me, but like the older PlayStation controllers, it's like they're made for people with like normal size hands, I think. So if your hands are like bigger, like it hurts your hands. Like
I could
so
see
the
that.
Xbox controllers were I never really liked them, but it was nice that they're like they didn't hurt your hands as much in that way, but I still didn't like the setup of them.
Yeah, I don't like the
You know,
buttons and the joysticks. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of
everything
weird.
else,
Yeah, but
they're like
that makes
clunky.
sense. Yeah, they're hella
Yeah.
clunky.
The GameCube controller was really small for your hands too. Like I still played, it still worked, but it was like made for like
Kids.
kids or something.
Yeah, it was made for children. But that's
Yeah,
also
I
one of
did
my
like
favorite
that big.
controllers.
Yeah, I like the big A button on there. That was
Yeah.
cool, especially for like Resident Evil 4. It had like
Hmm.
they made that game like specifically for that controller, so it was like perfect for that.
I like the triggers on it too.
Yeah, how they're like they have like the indent.
Hmm.
Yeah, that controller was cool. I like the N64 one was fun for what it was too. It had that weird like shape.
Yeah, that shape is so strange, but like it. I mean, it's still. I would say it's still better than Xbox. I'm just not a fan of Xbox controllers.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Xbox in general, I don't think, but like they got worse over time. And then it just got more confusing because the names don't make any sense. It's like, oh yeah, this is the Xbox One. And now it's the Xbox One S. Like
Yeah, I like
terrible names. Like
every time people tell me that like they have an Xbox or something because I have Xbox Game Pass on my computer, so I'm trying to figure shit out like how do you like we're supposed to be able to game together somehow. I don't know fucking how to do it. And they're like, yeah, oh you can play on your computer? Oh cool, I have an Xbox S. I'm like, which one is that? Is that the newest one or like I have no idea which one that is. The
yeah, it's
S, the
so
one, the
confusing. It's
X.
like
I'm just like, which one is new? Just let me know what.
yeah, I don't know who did that, but it's just such a bad idea. Like the
Yeah, I
name.
like to this day I have no idea which one's the older one, the newer ones, just because of names. Like I just
Right.
I have no
It
fucking idea.
And part of the problem is it just sounds like it's the same system. Like you have the Xbox One and then the Xbox One S. That just sounds like it's like when you buy a car and there's like the sport version or whatever. Like it doesn't sound like it's a
Yeah, it's
different
like,
car.
what does it do different?
It sounds like the same model.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? They cost different prices? What? Why?
Yeah. Yeah, and then they do that thing now, like PlayStation did this, where there's like a disc. There's a version that's download only, and like I feel bad for parents because they're gonna buy that because it's like cheaper, but it's like you definitely don't want to buy that one if you can afford the other one.
If you can afford the other one,
You
for
definitely
sure,
want,
you want that.
yeah, you definitely want to be able to have discs, you know, especially because the discs are worth more and more over time, like the physical copies.
Yeah, they're actually collectible items.
They're super collectible. Like years later, like some of these Super Nintendo games are worth like hundreds and thousands of dollars and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're super ultra rare
So
to find.
yeah, so we hung on to like we still have all types of those old games, like all the still got like PS2 games I think somewhere.
Damn, must be nice. All my shit got
But
lost
all that,
moving somehow.
damn, that sucks.
Look,
Someone probably grabbed it, huh?
I have no idea because I had like a shit ton, and then we moved to Upland, and then I just had like a handful, like barely any. Because I still have my PS1, the controller, the memory card, and just one game now. That's all super crazy, fucked up. That doesn't even play.
Oh damn, that sucks.
Bummer. Parents probably pawned them or something.
Bummer. Hopefully not.
I wouldn't be
Hopefully you can find
surprised.
them. You never know.
They're fucking.
Not be in somebody. Yeah,
They're
or they just like got rid of them. Like parents do that with toys all the time, where it's like,
yeah,
no, we're just gonna throw their toys out when they're not looking.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. They're just gone. So oh
Yeah,
well.
they probably wouldn't pawn them, but I guess you never know.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like go down to EB Games or some shit, and it's like, hey, how much can I get for these?
Oh
I need
yeah.
gas for work.
Do you remember that? Were you around when KB Toys was
Oh
around?
hell yeah! KB Toys, Toys R
Yeah,
Us, love those shits.
that was fun.
Those were the
Well,
fucking
I
days.
did. I guess there was a KB Toys in Upland. That's why. But it was like back in the day.
Right, I didn't. I wasn't sure if there was one in Upland or not. I don't like.
There was one like you know where the Hobby Lobby is. It was like near that area,
Hmm. I may have not been.
near where GameStop is actually.
I remember the Hobby Lobby before was Pavilions.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they had a KB Toys in there
Inside of Pavilions?
in that shopping
Oh, I
center.
was about to say, what
No,
the
like in
fuck?
that shopping center. I think it might have been. You know what? I think it's where that Party City is. I think that was KB Toys. It was like in that area, for sure.
Damn, it's a small ass one.
Yeah, it was cool
I remember that
back in
gigantic
the day.
ass Toys R Us where that Walmart is now. Because that used to be a big ass Target, and
Yeah,
then there was the Toys R Us. I remember going to that one all the time.
yeah. I remember going there for like Pokemon cards and
Yeah, I
stuff.
used to get Game Boy games and shit.
They actually had like Pokemon card tournaments there.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't like. I wasn't. I think I was too young to like know like how to really play the game, so I didn't get all that. But
Hmm.
like the cards were cool to me, just collecting the
Hell yeah, the
cards.
cards were fucking amazing to collect, and then you could flex on people with them. Be like, oh,
Yeah,
you don't got this one? It's holographic.
yeah, and then it's like once you got like your first pack of those, you were like addicted. It was like cigarettes or something.
Pretty much.
It's like I gotta get more. I gotta get my fix.
Especially like when you didn't get the one you wanted, you're just like, fuck, I need more.
Yeah. Everybody wanted that holographic
I,
Charizard.
I don't know why. I always like the Dragonite one more.
That one was super rare
Or
too,
like
right?
Dratini. Yeah, they were pretty rare.
Yeah.
Not Dratini.
But I think
Dratini's
Charizard
better.
at the time was just like the rarest one. That's why people liked
Yeah,
it.
the first edition. It was crazy fucking rare.
Yeah.
Super rare. First
So I
edition
think
of
that's
all of them
why.
were like Venusaur, Blastoids, and Charizard. Those three, but Charizard was like the most wanted out of all of them. So
Yeah.
everybody loves Charizard.
Yeah. Charizard was like super rare. Yeah, that was fun though.
The good old days
It was good old days. Do you
gone.
consider yourself a weeb?
Hell no.
Is it's it's sort of like hipster. Like it's not someone that no one's ever like, fuck yeah, I'm a hipster,
Hell no, I'm not a weeb.
Nobody says that, right?
I don't.
Weeb is kind of like that
I
too.
haven't put in the hours to watch enough anime to call myself a weeb.
Yeah, you gotta earn it, huh?
Yeah,
Earn your
you gotta earn it.
stripes.
I just happen to have a bunch of anime gear, and like these posters are just like some of the, are like a few of the ones that I like. I got Bleach, I have Death Note, I have Naruto, and that's pretty much like just basic level shit, you know?
That's the extent. Yeah, yeah. There's those. The people that would make me laugh is like the people that were like, they'd start talking like bad like anime dubs. Like they'd be like, "No, you can't do that. We can't go in there." Like they get like that voice. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about? You like they usually hung out at Upland High. They hung out under the trees at lunch.
Back then they weren't called weebs though.
Right, it wasn't weebs, but you knew what it was. You're like, oh yeah, those are those anime kids.
Yeah, like you're like basically like a subgroup of nerds,
And I
basically.
was kind of like in that. I wasn't in that group, but I kind of was. I was like borderline because I was into anime too, but I
You were
didn't
a
get like
prospect.
full weeb. Yeah, I didn't go full weeb. You know,
I knew a few of
it's like
them
yeah,
just
this is
because of
cool, but I'm not
classes,
gonna like.
but when they would talk, I would just fucking zone the fuck out because I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah, it's confusing. Like I don't know what all this is. I like the show, but
Yeah, right. It's funny because I don't even get called weeb, even though I have all like this fucking Japanese sweaters and shit. They still don't call me weeb, I guess. I don't know why.
yeah, I wouldn't say you are. I just thought it was a funny question to ask.
Are
Like
you
there's
a
like,
weeb?
would you consider yourself a weeb?
I think I've permanently fallen in the category of skateboarder now. Pretty sure. Skater. Just for the rest of my life, I'm just going to be a skater.
Skater. Makes sense.
Probably either that or stoner. I feel like stoner's probably a good number two, even though I don't smoke weed.
Right. What the thing about being like a if someone finds out that you've ever smoked weed in your life, like even one time, you're automatically like a stoner. Like you're just
You're
like an
accepted
addict,
by them
basically. So
like immediately. They
yeah.
know that they can contact you to
Or to
smoke
people
weed.
that have never smoked, because it's still kind of taboo for people. So
Yeah,
people that have never smoked, it's like if you've ever smoked, you're just like a drug addict, basically.
basically. It's like, oh, you've done weed once? Oh my God.
That's how they looked at it. Actually, somebody thought that I was like a drug addict because it's messed up, but because I hung out with Scott, they thought I was like a drug addict. And I'm like, Scott's not even a drug addict, you know? But they just like link that. I didn't even smoke weed really at that time, you know?
A
They're
drug
like,
addict?
yeah, you're just a loser burnout that does drugs all day. I'm like, damn.
That's such a far
All
jump.
that because
It's like,
yeah.
God damn.
All that because like
Scott.
yeah, yeah. It's like it was like weird. It was like we yeah, he was catching strays. And I
Wow.
think that whole thing started because there was a guy that passed away and I was just a I was like a dumb teenager and like the guy he was a dick to me, so I was like, yeah, he was a dick to me, and then people got mad that I said
Uh,
that. So then it just turned into that.
Yeah, up in
Yeah.
high school is fucking weird. They have like super tight cliques for no reason.
But to be fair, in retrospect, it's like, yeah, when someone dies, you probably shouldn't talk about how they were a dick, like right after
Probably not,
that.
but still, come
It's
on.
probably a dick
Then they
move.
call you a fucking
Yeah.
drug addict. It's like, for real.
But if that was your but if that was your experience, that was your experience. So it's like, yeah, that was my perspective of this person. So I don't know.
Well, I feel like everyone in high school was dumb. So
Yeah, true.
it's to each their own.
Yeah, true. And that guy did like record. I remember him recording a diss track. Like it was, I guess it was an embarrassing diss, but he recorded a diss track and he got this guy's ex-girlfriend to appear on the track to insult him. Like that's yeah, like that's pretty savage, but that actually is also kind of a dick move. You know.
That shit is old school.
Yeah.
Got your girl right here. Yeah, he ain't shit.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, what it was. I wasn't even gonna say it, but it's kind of funny, actually. I guess. But he just got the girl to say that the guy's dick was small, like on the track. It's like, damn, son.
That doesn't even.
Damn.
It's not even like a good diss. You got to do more than that.
No, it wasn't a good diss. But it was like, damn, that's like you're like really trying to harm this guy's like reputation. It probably wasn't even true.
Just to,
but at that point, it's too
just
late.
going through all that trouble, not only writing the rhymes, and then you got his ex-girlfriend to go through that just for her to say that, like not even have like I don't know. I feel like you could have done better.
Yeah, it seems like it. But then I'm the bad drug addict guy because I called that guy a dick.
Hey.
No, I'm just playing.
If it's true, then he's a dick.
It was kind of a dick, yeah. But yeah, no. Now though, I get it though, because now when people die, and then like when people die, people are just savage like immediately, and sometimes I'm like, yo, like they're not even. They just died, you know.
Yeah, these days it's like no holds barred now. It's like
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking wild.
It's like they just passed away.
They just passed away, and then
wanna,
somebody will make a diss track. And you're like, what the fuck?
Like immediately, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drop this now.
Yeah, it's like that's not the best timing, but
probably not a good look, you know.
Yeah, especially if they can't come back.
What do you think? Right. What do you think Yong is doing right now? He always had bad bitches.
Young Kim, the legend.
He did, right? Like he would get these like girls that were just like they just seemed so like they were just so hot.
Insanely hot. And you know when he went back to
he always had them.
When he went back to South Korea, I had his phone number for a while, and sometimes I would call him.
You would?
Yeah. It was so funny. Like it would always sound like he's like at a bar or something. It was great.
Dang. I wonder what happened to him, but it would be impossible to find him, I think, now.
I don't know. I know it's mandatory that South Koreans have to do like 2 years in military or something. So he probably had to.
That's a super common name, though.
For you.
Over there.
Yeah. Actually, I still have his number. Let me call him. No, I'm kidding. But imagine like he would just go through the military.
You talked to him?
Oh, fucking years ago. When I was I think the last time I talked to him was maybe I was 20, 21, around there. That's like after that I somehow lost his phone number.
Damn.
Long ass time.
Well, hopefully
ago.
He's doing well.
Oh, I'm sure he's doing fine.
I remember he smoked a lot. He smoked a lot of cigarettes, right?
He got me into fucking smoking. Remember him in that on the corner right there? There's that sushi spot.
Yeah,
across the street from the high
it
school.
was. Now it's like a car
Yeah,
wash.
who would have fucking thought it would become that? But I don't know. They were all inside, and me and Young went outside, and he taught me how to smoke a cigarette.
Like, this is how you smoke.
Yeah, but you know, like he barely knew English.
Yeah,
So it was like it took us like 15 minutes.
to figure it out.
I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah.
I feel like he mostly just knew how to talk trash in English, right?
Yeah, he would
Like,
just straight up be like, fuck you.
fuck you. Yeah, he
that,
knew
that
that.
was his go to.
He mastered that somehow.
Yeah, that was his go to for no matter what. And then, yeah, I miss that guy. He was really cool.
He was cool. I wondered what happened to him, you know.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
He went back to South Korea and, you know, he's living life.
What are your thoughts on Japanese cholos? Have you seen these Japanese cholos?
Yeah, I saw there's like a YouTuber guy who goes around like I guess around the world to like the hoodest places or some shit. And he spent like a couple days with the Japanese cholos. That's cool. Chicano culture in Japan. I personally don't give a fuck at this point. Why not? They have the internet. They can just see all the shit from the internet and copy it. It must have been much more difficult back in the day to try to do that shit.
Right? Yeah, for some reason the first thing I thought of is like Kung Fu, but like FOO, you know? That's like the first thing I thought of when I saw the Japanese. I know that's like a Chinese martial art, but you get the point. Kung
That's your first thought.
Kung Fu. Maybe it wasn't my first thought. I think my first thought was like, "Wow, that's a trip that would like that would be that would catch on over there." I guess they get into all types of like our culture over here, though. So eventually, it was gonna come
I'm
to
not surprised at
the
all, but
cholos.
that shit was fucking hilarious.
It is funny, right?
Kung Fu. I can't even like imagine how they would say it. But I mean, I'm not surprised. America has very, very far-reaching inspiration, I guess. Like you can hear it in like all types
Yeah,
of music and shit. So I don't see why not, culture-wise.
I think you know what it. You know what I think it honestly is like, and some people I'm sure wouldn't like this, but I feel like what it is this is like the most diverse country, so there's so many different cultures here
Mm-hmm.
that it just like creates so many different styles and stuff.
Yeah, different
Because like most of the
combinations.
modern music, yeah, most of the modern music genres were like created here, you know, which is it's trippy to think about,
Yeah,
you know.
it's really cool to think about.
And I think it's kind yeah. But one thing I think that's pretty funny is like I feel like weebs here prop up like mediocre music from like Japan and Korea. That's basically just like it's like they wouldn't like that same music if it was from here. but but the music that they like is imitating like pop music here, and it's just kind of funny because they'll shit on pop music here,
And then
but then they'll listen to something that's like, yeah, this sounds like I don't know, like this literally sounds like Britney Spears, or this sounds like In Sync, you know.
it's
Like
pretty baffling, to be honest. Like
it's funny to see
it's
that,
like a
but they just like it because it's different, like it's from that country or whatever, like, or it's like exotic to them.
exactly. Little do they do no
Yeah,
research into it or anything. Like the artist I'm pretty sure if like they went to the artist that they like their bio, it would say, "Oh, we were inspired by American artists."
yeah, exactly,
uh,
exactly.
but hey, to each their own.
So that Yeah, I always found that funny how it said that, or like how that's a thing.
Not surprised. I mean, like, there's so much bullshit on the internet these days, and like so many things that people are into. It's just like I don't have enough time to pay attention to it all.
Yeah, there is a lot of it all the time, huh?
Pretty much.
It's
It's just like, god
like a
damn. Yeah,
nonstop
it's just
feed.
constantly just flowing, flowing, flowing. This is the new thing. This is the new thing. I'm like, fuck. I don't care.
No, it's this now. It's this
Yeah, it's
now.
like I just don't give a shit anymore. Do whatever the fuck you like. Whatever.
Just be you. Enjoy.
I am happy that people are able
No,
to
that
be themselves now, though, more freely. That's pretty cool.
yeah, more freely than ever before, huh?
Pretty much. Otherwise, you'd be catastrophic. Like, you'd be super judged by fucking everybody for not being the same thing everybody else was.
Yeah, back in the day, or even even very recently.
I mean, it still happens, but like, it's just less common now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's mainly people have more platforms and shit too. And then like the people that are also on that platform that like the same shit, they can create their own groups and shit. And I know that's probably cool. Pretty cool for the internet. It's fairly new because even then, like even on the internet, like before you could like have specific shit kind of, you would basically like if you liked something and then put it on YouTube, there was like just a flood, like a shit ton of people just shit talking you in the comments. There still is, but it's less now because so many people have finally come out and be like, "Oh, I like that shit too." You can start seeing like people like, "Oh, this is actually really cool," like in the comments instead of just getting shit talked for like 2,000 comments. Yeah, there's enough people, and then there's enough audiences, and there's enough ways to access it. The main thing was just accessing it. Now that they can access it, and now it's like blowing up on social media, sky's the limit. It's gonna be just more and more groups of people that like more and more other shit. So yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of like this is the first time, like not the first time, but like the first. We're kind of like the first generation experiencing it. You know, like we're the first test runs, being like, oh damn, this shit is actually happening, and it's just growing. Later down the line, it's gonna be probably like super common, but now it's just kind of like, damn, okay, that's cool. Oh, I think my voice is starting to give up. And I thought the limit on this thing was 2 hours, anyways, right? Is that like, hmm? This whole website's confusing as fuck. To be honest, it's just like, what? Why is it so complicated? Just let me set up my fucking my shit and just press play, like or record. The fuck? But I mean, it's pretty cool still. This is pretty tight. Does are there like so? Is this like a social media thing too? Like you'd be able to post it, and people that are on it can also see it too, or something. Hmm. It says that there's a chat too, and people whisper backstage. All participants and audience. So I guess you can invite other people to be the audience, and then have like a live feed or live chat. Hmm. Okay, that's pretty tight. Yeah, I want to try it on the phone next time. Oh, okay. That's cool. Hell yeah. Eh. So what, you just like hold it? Damn. Okay. Sounds like it's really good quality. How much did it cost? Ah, yeah. I know some people that use it for like. Well, I don't know them, but I've seen people live stream using some of them, and they're saying like, "Oh yeah, this shit was like $500," and it's like, "Holy shit!" Yeah, it's just crazy though. It's just like, fuck, I didn't know those things could cost that much. But I guess it makes sense because they use it for like in like news and like fucking other shit, live TV. Yeah, I actually seen a lot of people. Did you? I think Logitech actually bought that brand. Yeah, it's no longer. There's no. It's no longer blue. I think. Yeah, like you can't find that anywhere anymore unless it's like people selling it, I guess, or like some stores have stock still. But there's a guy who's sponsored on. Well, he was sponsored by them. And everyone asks him what kind of mic he uses, and it's like a blue brand. But then he just explains that they got bought up by Logitech. I'm just surprised Blue would sell out because like I thought they were doing great. Like everybody loved them. They had like they sponsored people and they make quality stuff. So I don't see why they just sold out. But I guess Logitech does have like it's like a major player in this shit. Yeah, that keyboard money. Yeah. They have fucking everything, like mice, fucking everything. I have a Logitech keyboard. Of course, I'm always down. I just kind of prefer to do it like probably on the weekends because then we have just more time instead of having to be like on a schedule, like and timing shit. I like when things like just flow more naturally because that's when we really fucking get sidetracked on so much shit. Yeah. True. I'd be down. But of course, thanks for having me again. Always like the podcast and love being on here and just chilling, chatting it up. Hell yeah. So just hit me up for the next time. For show. Catch you later.